Before we start the show, we'd like to thank our sponsors for 2025. SEBA, the Southeastern Beefmaster Breeders Association. Jones Beefmasters, Mr. Clark Jones of Savannah, Tennessee. Valor Cattle Company with Jordan Taylor in Hahira, Georgia. Rockin' RB Cattle Company, Crosby, Texas. Beef, the Beefmaster Education Endowment Fund. Our host, JCS Farms Beefmasters, Jared Strickland, Savannah, Tennessee. Emmons Ranch Beefmasters, Fairfield, Texas. Cottage Farms Beefmasters, Jackson, Tennessee. Lissy's Beefmasters, Stockdale, Texas. C&M Ranches, Kershaw, South Carolina. Our other host, G&M Cattle Company, Josh Morrison, Taylorsville, North Carolina. And Sea Shepherd Beefmasters, McAllen, Texas. Thank you for all your support. We couldn't do it without you. Welcome to Beefmaster Banner. We're your hosts, Josh Morrison, Jared Strickland. How's it going, Jared?
Man, it's going good. We kind of on fire around here right now. It's a little hot.
Man, it is scorching. I'd hate to be in the Midwest or something right now because if it's as hot as it is here, I'm sure it's hotter. It is
Yeah,
hot. And I
I
don't
hate
ever
to,
complain about hot.
yeah, I hate to complain about it because I know it's got to be worse. But man, it's hot.
Well, and I complain. I hate the cold weather. I'd rather it be hot, but man, live. And I'm not complaining. I'm just making conversation. It is hot. And I mean
Yeah.
hot.
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of anxiously waiting for fall. I don't know. I think I told somebody that today. I was like, I think I'm about ready for fall. But when fall gets here, I'll be ready for spring again.
Well, we're human. You can't ever please us.
No, keep on looking for the next thing.
So did you get your hay made? I know we're into July, but and I know we're asking still about the first cutting, but I mean, if it's like here, it
Yeah,
still
we've
rains about every day. Thankfully, I mean, I'm glad it does, but
Yeah, well, most of the first cutting hay here is finally starting to wrap up. I mean, we've hit a little dry spell, but it has been patchy as far as the rain goes, just hit or miss. But we've kind of dried up a little bit, so
yeah, good deal.
a lot of hay's done. But as hot as it is, it don't take long to dry it out on these Tennessee hills.
Oh yeah, it gets dry around here, and it's thick humidity, and my allergies is taking the best of me. So if I cough a little bit, y'all just forgive me on that. It's been a little rough around here with the allergies, even in July.
That's right.
The And I know, I know we're just into July, but we're almost to the end of July, and a lot of people's fall calving will start here soon. And I know it's still hot, but you know, maybe even before we go into anything, what's some things you do, you know, to help with that really hot summer calving that maybe somebody could take out of that?
Well, it's kind of funny we talk about that. I talked to some of my commercial people around here. They're like, "Hey, Gum, why are you calving in August and September?" And because a lot of guys fall calf here, they're going to fall calf in October, November, commercial guys. But really, for bull sales and some of these sales, that August September window is a little bit better. We get the age on them and things like that to sell them in the sales. But uh, my thing is with the fall calving is, you know. if it's hot and you need to keep an eye on them, I mean, really, a calf that gets born out in the field, out in the sunshine, or maybe we've all had those calves walk out there and decide to take a nap in the middle of the day, out in the middle of the 95-degree heat. That panting and carrying on, that's a good way for them to get pneumonia. But I don't know. I mean, really, this time of year, you got to you might have to watch for flies if you got some, you know, calving next few weeks going into August. So if flies are bad, do something for that because that could be a problem. But mainly it'd be make sure they got a good cool place to calve and in the shade and close to water.
And I'll be honest with you, what we deal with more than anything else, and I think a lot of people might be surprised, is not, and I'm got to be careful how I say this because I don't want it to turn around on me, but is not necessarily sickness in the summer or early fall, I guess is what we would call it, but buzzards. Man, we have buzzards like crazy, and I know a lot of people deal with coyotes, things like that. We have those, and we have a bunch of them. Thankfully, they don't generally come out and mess a whole lot. But now a buzzard, they don't care who's around. They will get whatever they can whenever they can, and that's mainly what we have to watch out for, and especially in this one pasture over here at the house.
Yeah, the buzzards are, they're pretty ruthless.
They are
That's
that.
yeah, they'll get in there, and they'll get in there when you least expect it sometimes too. So, but as far as the time of the year, I mean, we've calved in August and September some for a pretty good while now, and I typically like September better than August, but it's typically dry. You know,
Hmm.
by the time we get to September, you start getting a little bit cooler nights and shorter days, so that helps too. So, but the dryness is a big thing. It. I don't like having calves in the mud, which we
No,
calve in the spring too. So much, in February, March, so there's plenty of mud to go around then. But uh, I tend to have I tend to have less issues in the fall.
yeah, absolutely, I agree, and I think, I mean, I think it goes without saying our cattle are heat tolerant, so I mean, they ought to be able to handle it normally anyway. So, but we got that going on, and I'm sure a lot of folks may be wondering. So, obviously, this is the only episode we'll have this month. I'm sure
Yeah,
folks are probably wondering what's going on there. It's not to be alarmed. Nothing crazy going on. We've just got with life and our herds and our work. We have full time. For those that don't know, we have full time jobs. We have the cow herds. We have our families at home, and you know
plenty of other
you've
activities
got
too.
church. You've got every other thing in the world, and it's just gotten really difficult for us to be able to produce 2 episodes a month. And for those that don't know, a little behind the scenes, Jared and I, we've never taken a penny out of this. Before our sponsors, we actually put out some money of our own to get this thing going. And that's not trying to brag or nothing like that, but there's a lot that goes into making these episodes, coming up with subjects. And, you know, this thing, we talk about this podcast every single day pretty much. We text about it or talk about it on the phone. We have enjoyed it. This is, we're on year 4, halfway through year 4, and it's absolutely excuse me, a blast. Um but we do the editing ourselves. We do all the posting ourselves. We have nobody that helps us except for our social media lady Kayla, which that has been a godsend because
Yeah, thank
she's the
goodness.
best. And when she listens to every episode. She don't have cows or anything to do with cows, except she's one of my best friends, my wife's best friends, her and her husband. And um, she listens to every episode. So Kayla, when you listen to this, you rock. Thanks.
Yeah, she does a
But
good job taking stuff out of the episodes and posting it on Facebook. I mean,
absolutely,
it's really
absolutely.
good.
But other than that, I mean, we do the editing. We post. We post the. I will go and post the episode on when they're posted. So long story short, we are going to go to 1 episode a month moving forward, just because it's just with everything going on with all of us, it's just really busy, and that's about all we can do currently. And
Mhm.
you know, our sponsors have been very gracious to us and very great to us. They're still going to get all their posts and all their mentions and everything like that. We're just going to move it to once a month. Um, and I hope everybody understands where we're coming from with it. It's just a lot, and we love doing it, and we want to continue doing it. But we've got to back off just a little bit, and
Yeah, I mean, the decision to do that this past month has been real difficult to get it scheduled and looking forward to as many things as we got going over the next month or two is it's going to be even tough to get those scheduled. So we thought it might be a good time to transition to that and thinking about it, we haven't really, I mean, looking back at it, I don't think we've missed a episode out of the 2 week timetable in the last 3.5 years. So I think I kind of look back at it and think that that's a pretty good little feat, really, to be honest with you. Uh, Being
I feel like
able to
it's an
do that.
accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty neat, and those episodes are always there, to go back and look at, and it does get to the point where, you know, I feel like people would maybe benefit more from instead of us going over some of the same subjects again, maybe just refreshing on those if they want to know. All they got to do is search through the history of our deal with keywords there, and you'd be able to find the subject you look for because we've covered a lot of subjects.
We have done that. And there's a lot more to do it. And it's not, like I say, it's not like we're run out of subjects or anything. It's just with everything we've all got going on, our cow herds are growing. More importantly, our families are both
Mm.
growing, and you got two now. We still just got one, and but with everything going on, ours starts preschool this year, and it's pretty funny to think that she was really, really little baby when we
Yeah,
started this thing.
she's just a little baby. Yep.
And now she asked me now she's got to where she asked me, Daddy, you doing your podcast now? I'm like, yep, gonna do it now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been really cool for her to see kind of how we make it. She sits with me sometimes as I'm um editing some episodes, and sometimes it's 11, 12 o'clock at night when I get these things finally done and got to go to work next day. I'm not complaining. I've loved every minute of it, and I still do. But that's kind of our reasoning for going to one episode a month. And
And
instead of
we
trying
could,
to put that on
yeah,
Facebook, it was one of those
right.
things that we discussed it, and we thought it would be best just to explain everything.
Mhm. And I mean that, the episodes could be a little longer because we may cover more than one topic. Kind of like tonight, we're going to talk about a couple of different things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't cover just as many subjects over the time frame. But
That's right. No, you're right. You're exactly right. So hopefully y'all will enjoy this, and y'all won't boycott us or nothing. Don't cancel us. We
well,
haven't been canceled yet. Hopefully we won't get canceled now.
no, maybe
But
not.
we really do appreciate all the support you guys and girls and ladies and give us, because that's what keeps us going. So I think that's about it on that topic, right?
I think we covered it all.
uh,
Kind of moving forward was, if you didn't get to meet, we got to talk to a lot of folks, but we wanted to talk a little bit about an update on the BBU summer meetings, the committee meetings, and things like that. And coming out of that, there's a lot of the. I feel like there's a lot of excitement in the breed. There was some good discussion, and I felt like I heard a lot of folks say that I feel more unified, especially after the board meet. I felt like we had a real unified board, a lot of good comments and feedbacks and ideas, and I think maybe we're moving as a breed in the right direction as a whole. Maybe would be a good way to put that.
I agree.
So I mean, I think that for those that missed it, and I understand it's hard to travel and listen and do all that, but I really feel like this group that's on the board now is really pushing us in the right direction. Uh, some good things are really ahead. Lance, I'm proud of him, how good he's doing, and getting out there and getting it going, and there's some other things. Our new marketing director throwed a had some stuff she throwed up on the screen there to show us some of her ideas, and man, I'm really excited about her. We're hoping to have her on maybe the podcast here next month or two. So I mean, and that'll be a good opportunity for her to explain her vision of what she's got on her mind. But it's exciting. I mean, it's she played a little clip, kind of a sample of an ad, and I was sitting there thinking, man, we've needed this for 15, 20 years, and we finally got it.
You know what amazes me though is that 10-second, or I don't even know that it's like 10 seconds or 15
Yeah, it
second
was
clip.
something like that.
That is the number one thing you would, if you wasn't there, the excitement in that room when we walked out and the looks on everybody's faces over that video was amazing. They all thought it was fantastic. And I did
Yeah.
too. It was an awesome video. It had you wanting to walk through a dang brick wall to get to some Beefmaster cattle, is what it did.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's what, excuse me, sorry. That was, that's her view, and that's what she said. That's what her vision is for this breed is let's get this stuff out in front of people. Let's make them excited. I think that's been, and it's no fault to anybody at all, period, because we've done what we've everybody's done right things, but we live in this digital time now where if you're not on digital media, social media, if you're not putting videos like that, because I don't know, and I would be curious, like maybe to even poll people, how many of them read versus how many would rather watch a video. I've always been
Yeah,
a
man.
video guy, and nothing wrong with reading. I've just always been a video guy. If there's a video on something, I'm going to watch the video. I'm not going to
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah.
But
And a lot of times, kind of like what you're talking about, the short video, you got most folks that watch videos, they're wanting to watch 10, 20, 30 seconds, probably at the tops,
right,
and on to the next thing. So you got to have something that's real flashy, catch people's attention, and draws their attention for that half a minute that you got,
yeah.
and she did that. And I just,
Well, that's what blew
she's really
TikTok up,
good.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, it was
Yeah. I
a
mean, that's,
short, little, entertaining videos, funny, education, whatever you want to call it. That's what
yeah.
blew it up, and that's what she is. And I'm not thinking TikTok maybe, but it's those videos. I mean, she had the right music with the right layout and the right people or the right cattle in the video. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It was really really cool, and I can't wait to see some more of those come out because I think it drives, and I think Jared saw it too. I think it drives a lot of excitement from people
Well,
that was not
you
expecting it.
she got a reaction, which is good. So, but anyway, that's exciting. And then we discussed some other things. We're kind of at this moment. We talked about kind of revitalizing. We had talked some about it about the steer feed out, and there was some data presented, or not, or talked about, and what we need to do. We got to get a lot of data sets to get this carcass bay, or say harvest based EPDs for our carcass. So we're going to go have another drive for that, a good push to get that done in the next, get these steers processed, purebred steer processed, and get this data. Because it may take a few years to get it, because we're going to need that. I mean, we got to be able to show that as a breed, we can stand in there and be able to have the yield, the feed conversion, and the carcass merit that the feedlot industry wants, and that way we don't get penalized for it.
And that's going to go a long way, even at the sale barns, not getting penalized on on
Yeah, I mean
their cattle as much.
we got to show them the data that they can do it standalone on their own. Obviously, we want to be crossbred with Angus and whoever else, but you know, I guess in a way you got to look at the data and say, well, if you show data that's crossbred, maybe we ought to show them some purebred data to say, hey, they can do it on their own too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
anyway, and it would help our EPDs. So I mean, if you're interested in that, this it's time to start looking at that. Get with Lance or your satellite president so we can get something going this fall.
Yeah, because we can. I mean, the satellites, even just a couple places together can get cattle together and ship all at once. If you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
And I think, and I won't probably shouldn't say this because I don't know 100%, but I think they want like if you're gonna send them, they want three. Is that right, Jared?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
remember?
you gotta have, so
Hmm.
everybody kind of knows we've talked about it on here, but a contemporary group, we gotta have sets. Does that and there's not really there'll be more come out with it that give you to give folks a more, hey, this is what we gotta have. One, they need to be DNA, so we gotta at least have sired DNA. Parent verification would be best, obviously, uh, for the EPDs, because that way the sire and the dam both get some credit for that. But we got to have that for sure. You know, it has to have at least that sire verified. But um, you know, there'll be some stuff coming out of that when they get that straightened out. But I think it's exciting. I think it's something we got to do, and the quicker we get it done, the better off we'll be.
Absolutely. There was things about I think there was some updates from the University of Tennessee as well, as far as what's going on there.
Yeah, some of the initial data on that that's coming out, you know, it looks really good. You know, we'll find out a lot more over the next year and a half when they finalize all that. But it could be good, especially I mean, it's a maternal study. I mean, it looks pretty good, especially some of our whole herd reporting data that shows that, hey, our cows breed up on time, you know, within a year on average as a cow, and some age at first calf stuff and things like that. So, I mean, that's what kind of stuff that puts money back in the commercial man's pocket, and hopefully when that deal's over with, we'll be able to, you know, talk a little bit more about it, show some hard data to some producers out there, and show them that, hey, we really are doing what we're saying we're doing.
That'd be a real fun episode. We have that because, that's like you said, it's vitally important that we always talk about getting docked at the sale barn. Well, if we can keep this research up, get this carcass program going better, I'm hoping there comes a time where you're not talking about how much you're docked, but how much more you're getting paid for them.
And that's
You
that's
know,
that's always the goal, right? Kind of like
absolutely.
certified Angus beef. Everybody talks about, well, I get a premium for that. So
We just call it
maybe
certified beef master beef.
yeah, there you go. Just something, you know, and there's some other things that we talked about it that's exciting that'll be coming out more as far as stuff when these stuff gets finalized. So
Absolutely.
uh but yeah, it was a good meeting, good set of meetings, and
Everybody's
really enjoy,
positive.
yeah, really enjoyed the facility being there at College Station Convention Center. You know, we enjoyed the Pavlova a couple times there at the at the hotel. I guess
uh
that's what it's
Thanks,
called,
Clark.
right?
Thanks, Clark
Yeah.
Jones.
So
We got
so
to eat with him and he introduced us to some new stuff, which I don't know that I think he didn't know at the time what it was either. And that's a funny story. We
yeah, we had
were sitting
fun.
there eating supper and he said, "Wonder what pavlova is." And the waitress tried to explain it. He said, "Just bring it to us. We'll try it."
Yeah.
It was good.
I think we ate one the rest of the week, or the
Yeah.
rest of every time we eat the next night or two or whatever.
Only time I hear pavlova's on Bluey.
Yeah.
When my 4-year-olds want to watch Bluey.
Well, it was definitely really good. We enjoyed it, but the facility there was really nice. Really enjoyed it, and you know, it was good seeing everybody. And like I said, we had a big time. I always do.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun time to get together, and this is where, and this is what always gets me is you don't see most of those people. I don't see, but right there, and if you go to convention, that's about the only time that I'm going to see them. Um, and what I mean by that, and I mean this, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they raise sort of different, maybe different pedigree or different cattle than I do. And so we don't maybe always go to the same sales, which is again not a bad thing, not saying that, but
Well,
it's fun
well,
to see all the
logist,
people.
yeah,
Logistics
legit,
is just not
yeah,
always there.
logistically, you know, it's hard for us to make it out west
Sure.
all the time. You know,
Sure.
I would call it west for us
Yeah.
because,
And
uh,
again, that's no shot to anybody or anything. I'm for all of it. It don't matter to me. But all I meant, and like you said, all I was meaning is you just don't see a lot of those people but once or twice a year. And to
mm,
see, the conversation, the laughter, the camaraderie, it's acting just like a big family is essentially what it is. And it's like a big family reunion when you go to those things. And that's, you get a lot of stuff done. And it seemed like we probably got more done this year. And I'm sure it's not any different, but feel like there's a lot more excitement coming out this year because of, probably because of Hannah. Lance is doing a lot. These committees, we have leaders on these committees that are just they are ready to go and they are ready to do it. And that's fantastic because that's what you need to further a breed. And it's it's a really fun time to be in the breed. I'll say that.
Yeah, and we've got a really strong market, as far as just cattle in general. I say record market. Might as well say that. As we speak, they're probably hitting record prices this evening in the sale barns all over across the
Yeah.
country. So I mean, it's absolutely amazing to see what some of these cattle are bringing the last week or two. Uh, so I mean that bodes well. I mean, I've had this conversation with some folks here in the last week or two. I mean, with these calves bringing what they're bringing, I mean, there's going to be a lot of bulls that they go to the sale barn. They don't go, they can become steers or whatever they do, or just sell them off the cow and go. I don't. I mean, I ain't no marketer or predictor or whatever, but I say this bull market could go nuts in the next year
Yeah.
because are there enough people keeping bulls to make the demand at some point? I mean, especially if the herd starts
Yeah. I
regrowing.
mean, and
Same
then
thing with same thing with heifers. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just
it could
it's
be
going.
very good for a long time.
Well, it could be wild. I think it. I mean, I think it could kind of get wild. I mean, it already is wild, really, if you think about it. But I mean, who knows? I mean, just think about if we do start rebuilding this herd, which they're saying they're starting to kind of look at it. It's starting to kind of look like it is. But you take those calves off the market. I mean, what's it going to do then?
Right.
Just
Exactly.
going to get tighter and tighter to deal with Mexico. I mean, that's not getting resolved anytime soon. Don't
No,
sound
because they're
like it.
still
So
closed, right?
yeah, I
Currently.
mean that. We hope that they get that solved. Because um, we don't want that screwworm to come up here. So
No. No, no, no.
we don't want it for them either. So maybe that'll. But it could be. That's a challenge looking forward. But it. That's gonna kind of put a cap on how many cattle can come in. So we'll see. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm kind of excited to see how it plays out, especially this fall.
But it's
But
just gonna
typically by this time of year, you might see a little bit of with the summer heat, you'd think that the market might be a little softer, but man, it's rolled right into it pretty strong.
yeah. And I mean you can tell me more than I can on this because you do a lot more on that side of it. My assumption would be generally, and the way it is around here, a lot of times in the winter, or when the winter starts coming around, they'll sell those bulls or they'll sell cows that they don't want to winter. And you come around, you think about that now. If they do that in troves, you think about what the spring's going to be like you said for the just the bull
Yeah.
market.
I mean, it takes so much time to get a bull up there to age, 18 months ish or so, up to even 2 years. I mean, that decision to cull or not, I say cull is not really the right word. Just as I think people are, I mean, you call it culling, I guess, but people may be just saying, hey, I'm taking all my bulls to sell because I can get X number of dollars versus keeping them and doing that. Well, that producer decides to do that. Well, it's going to be another 2 years or at least 18 months before he's going to have anything else to replace that. So, I mean, it it could get interesting.
Very fun times though. Fun
Oh
times
yeah,
thinking about it and
yeah.
living it for sure.
But kind of speaking of sales, we gotta always do a shameless plug here as being vice president and president of SEBA. So we do have a sale coming up. That's in August, uh, August the 23rd. I believe that's the right date in Lexington,
Come
Tennessee.
on, President, Mr. President.
Yeah, it's August 23rd. I remember that Friday. We'll be having Miss America Beefmaster Fraternity for the heifers. Having some seminars and you know, have a fun auction and banquet that night. So if you're in the area or want to come on out, definitely come on up to Lexington. We'll have a big time. Uh, we always do. We always have a good set of cattle, especially for the Miss Beefmaster fraternity. Uh, Sounds like we're going to have close to 50 lots this year. So Uh, if you can't make it, we'll be on DV auction. So definitely be paying attention to that. There'll be people. I've noticed some folks already putting on Facebook and around making pictures and videos of some of the lots. So it'll be a good set of cattle. Always is. But I'm rolling off as president come convention time, and Mr. Josh will be president next year or
Yeah, they
this
haven't
year.
kicked
Well,
me out
it's
yet.
this year. So anyway, but like I said, we
I'll be making the speech at the sale, and he'll be doing the
yeah
rest for this time around.
yeah we'll do that. But the catalog should be coming out here pretty soon, and you'll be seeing more about it. But we just wanted to kind of plug that. It's kind of one of the bigger sales on this side of the Mississippi River. So definitely, if you're out there listening and haven't ever come to Seba, it's a good time. There's good cattle there, and we'll take care of you.
And there's good education. You're going to bring who do we have this year?
We got I ain't gonna reveal the none of the judges stuff,
No,
but
no, 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 no.
we'll have the judge that's coming is gonna do a seminar on structure and things like that. And then I've got a sales rep for Fairpeas coming. Miss Sherry Chapman's coming to talk about a little bit about that too. And so we'll have some hour or two of seminar type stuff. And then we'll have our annual or our board meeting and membership meeting that Friday morning before all that goes on. So if you're interested about what's going on at SEBA, come to that too. So
Slated from 9 to 12.
yeah, so do that. Then we'll go eat and come back for the seminars, and then that evening about I think it's 6 o'clock, we'll start the actual convention banquet. And man, it's a all you can eat buffet.
Good food.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
It was real good last year.
Yeah.
And
So
then on that fun auction, and you may have mentioned it. I had a tiny human behind me needing something. She was looking for an iPad, her mama's iPad or something. Anyways, excuse me. If you mentioned this, sorry, but on that fun auction, we're gonna actually um Amber Leatherwood's our secretary, and she's actually going to well, her and Ronnie Tig, but she's going to work on getting some of the fun auction items put on Facebook ahead of time. And it's going to be live auction. We won't have it online, but if there's something you see that you want, you can call Jared, myself, anybody that wants to place a bid for you that you can bid on the phone, or you don't have to be present. Heck, we'll get it to you. That ain't no problem. You just
yeah, we'll make sure of that.
you just bid and have a good time, even if it's from far away. But you're right, it's always a fun time and good food.
And speaking of that too, like the sale will be on Saturday. It'll be on DV auction, but there is a real nice lineup of donated semen coming, maybe some embryos, kind of working on that. So definitely stay. I mean, be in tune for that because you'll want to see the semen list they got.
And lots of different genetics. I mean, there's
Yeah,
going to be
just
genetics from
one.
all over the place.
Yeah, so
And I
so
think there's 40. There's either I counted and I may have counted wrong. There's either 47 or 50 lots
yeah,
in
we're
the
right at I
futurity.
think right at 46 total lots. I think so. We're just under 50, but
Plenty to choose from.
yeah, be plenty to choose from. Be lots of good heifers. We'll have a lot. There'll be a lot of polled heifers. Be several black heifers too, and red heifers alike, and so there'll be plenty to choose from. A variety of genetics and some of the best genetics in the breed there. So
And keep a check on Facebook on Seba's, even maybe on the Beefmaster Talk page. Go to DV Auctions page here probably pretty soon. Those videos should start popping up here and there pretty hot and heavy now, because I mean we're within what right
yeah,
at 4 weeks of it. So
right at a month. So
you'll start seeing some videos pretty soon. We have 3 heifers. We're gonna sell two opens and a bred, and I think what's today, the 21st. Yeah, so today's the 21st. We're gonna video this weekend, so hopefully we'll have some videos middle of the end of next week uh up on our Facebook page and things like that. So it's gonna be a good time. Like Jared said, don't miss it. We always have a great time, and it's laid back. It's hot, but it's laid back. But it's
Well, I
hot
mean,
everywhere now.
yeah, what no, we got air conditioning, and part of it, but where the sale cattle are not, but it is under roof and everything. But
Yeah, it's a good time.
we do have air conditioning there
It's a
for
great
folks when
facility,
we get.
truthfully.
Yeah, it's a really nice facility, and that way, if you do get hot, we got a place for you to get. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was one more thing about the convention, and to kind of wrap everything up tonight, I want to talk about was not the convention. That's what I wanted to talk about from the committee meetings is the convention. My brain is not working, probably because it's 10 o'clock.
yeah,
But um it's gonna be in San Antonio, Texas this year, at the Menger Hotel. Um Jared stayed there. When did you stay there? You stayed there this year, didn't you?
kind of thing. Yeah, we went there.
You
We
really
went
enjoyed it.
there. Yeah, we went there this uh winter. Well, we had I had a BBU meeting down there and board meeting, and we stayed right there by I mean, it's really neat. It's right there by the Alamo. The sale that's going to take place is going to be there at the Alamo. I mean, it's going to be a big time, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll talk about it again in full detail
Yeah, absolutely.
before it gets here. But you go ahead and be thinking about that. That'll be the last weekend in October.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah, Halloween weekend. So be putting that on your radar, because I'm sure all the packages and stuff is about to be coming out on that. Uh, so they voted on some things at the committee meetings, and all that should be coming out pretty soon. Uh, so it'll be a big time, but it's a really neat area. I enjoyed being down there. And then next year the
Yeah.
convention will be in Reno,
In
El
Reno.
Reno,
Yeah.
Reno. I don't know why I
Not
said
El
El
Reno.
El Reno,
I don't
Reno.
know where El Reno's
Yeah.
at. No, I'm just kidding. In Reno, Nevada. Nevada, I guess depends on what part of the world you're in. But they say that's going to be a great time. And honestly, they were, and if in the committee meetings, it's all public knowledge. If you were in the committee meetings, they were between Charleston, South Carolina, and Reno. And the reasons that they picked Reno was they haven't done anything out in the western states in a long, 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 long time. I can't remember the date, but they said how long it'd been. Um, the other reason is Charleston was vastly more expensive to fly into, to stay, all that stuff versus Reno. I think they even had somebody had pulled up flights there, and it was relatively inexpensive. I mean, even to fly like from Charlotte, where I would be coming from, to there, it was pretty inexpensive. So I know it's a long ways for a lot of people. It sure is a long ways for me, but nothing the airplane can't get to. So we I think that'll be an interesting fun time. And they had actually voted, I think now they're going to do 2 years in Texas and then 1 year outside of Texas to kind of start rotating it around again, which I think is a great idea. I mean, obviously most I guess most probably live within driving distance of Texas. I mean, most people do, or in Texas. Um, so I got to fly, like somebody like me or from the east, the southeast or this way, we're gonna have to fly no matter where we go. So it um don't generally
Yeah.
matter as far as that goes. But I think it's a great idea to have 2 years in one. I think it still gives people excitement about moving it around, but you do get your base back in Texas for 2 years. So you'll have it in San Antonio this year, um, and then next year will be Reno, and then go back to Texas. So it'll be a good time, and there was lots of excitement in there about the future away that the future of the conventions, and they're I think they said they're going to try to start planning 2 or 3 years ahead again like they used to, um, probably before COVID and all that mess happened. So that's going to be a good time. So you will know ahead of time, 2 or 3 years ahead of time, hopefully now, where everything's going to be. So that gives you plenty of time to and I like what they're doing. And they actually said in their meeting that they're doing this so more people can try to attend and make plans to where it's not just, they don't feel like it's last minute or something. So that was really good of them to do that.
Mhm.
And you can tell that committee's working really hard as well, in all they're doing for that.
Oh yeah, Doing a good job.
Yeah, yeah, great job. So looking forward to it. But yeah, so this will be the July episode. We'll have one in August. I would say we'll see you at SEBA, but I'll see you on the next episode.
That's right.
But anyways, we really hope you all aren't too disappointed with us. Going down to one, and we do hope you understand that it's not that we don't want to do it. It's just that this is the best thing for us and our families for sure. And spending time with them as much as we can. So again, we appreciate everything that's you all do. Appreciate our sponsors, and see everybody on the next episode.
We'll see.
Well, we want to thank everybody for listening to the Beefmaster Banner podcast. Please know that we are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and we are on YouTube. Just search Beefmaster Banner. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.